What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to M.A.D Detailing. Today's video is on this 1986 Ford Bronco, and as you guys can see, this vehicle has definitely seen better days. The paint is super oxidized and it needs a lot of attention, but don't worry, here at M.A.D Detailing, we're going to make this vehicle look absolutely brand new again. So make sure you guys stick around to the very end of the video because this transformation is absolutely insane. But if you guys are new to this channel, make sure you guys like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. But with that being said, we're going to go ahead and roll these before shots and get right into this Ford Bronco detail. Starting off this detail, the first thing I'm doing is cleaning the engine bay, and for this I'm using our pressure washer to blow off as much dirt and grime as I can, and then I'm using our M.A.D Detailing Extreme APC. I'm going to let that dwell for about 15-20 seconds, and then I'm simply just going to spray it off with a pressure washer. I know a lot of you are probably thinking this is terrible for the engine, but when you have so much built up grease and grime, the only way to get your engine bay 100% clean is using this method. So moving on to cleaning the wheels, I'm using our Extreme APC on the tires and fender wells. Then I'm using our M.A.D Detailing Iron Eraser on the wheels. And after that, I'm going to repeat the same process on the tires. Then I'm using our M.A.D Detailing Acid on the wheel faces again. And that is going to make these wheels 100% clean, back to factory new. After getting this Bronco pre-rinsed, it's time to move on to actually washing it. And for this, I'm using our foam cannon with our M.A.D detailing super blue soap. And I will follow that with a nice hand wash with a microfiber wash mitt. And I'm also using our M.A.D detailing 100% boar's hair brushes to get into the tight cracks and crevices that the microfiber wash mitt can't get into. Now moving on to the clay barring process, I'm using our M.A.D detailing clay lube, and I'm actually using a synthetic clay mitt. They're called nano pads. There's a lot of different names for them, but what it is pretty much a clay bar, but it's actually a like rubber mitt that you use. It does the same thing as, you know, a synthetic clay bar would, but it's going to be less aggressive, and that's what I wanted to do because there's not much contamination on this truck. Even though it's full of oxidation, there's not much stuff that is embedded into this paint, and this paint is single stage, so I'm trying to do the least aggressive method I can because I know there's not a lot of paint left onto this truck. And after getting this truck dried off, I am now using an air compressor and I'm blowing out all the tight cracks and crevices where the water may be hiding, because when I get into polishing this Bronco later, I don't want water running out and getting onto my pad and flinging everywhere. So anytime I'm doing paint correction, I always use my air compressor to make sure I blow out all the tight cracks and crevices, unless the vehicle is going to be left to sit overnight and dry out. Since the customer has already done a full restoration on the interior is pretty much brand new. They replaced the carpets. I don't know if they replaced the seats, but they just look way too brand new to not be replaced. I know all the dash has been replaced. I'm not 100% sure, but everything just looks so mint that I would just assume that it has to be. I know it has 66,000 miles, but for a vehicle to be sitting for this long, it just looks too good to be true. So for this, I'm just using our M.A.D detailing interior matte, and I'm giving this vehicle a nice wipe down, and that's going to leave behind a nice layer of protection. It's going to dry to a matte finish. It's not going to be super shiny and glossy and greasy. It's just going to leave a nice factory matte finish. And for some pieces of the door panels, I am using our M.A.D clean just to remove some of the little staining that's on there. I'm doing the same thing with the seats and carpet as well. So this vehicle is not going to make for a really satisfying interior detail. It's going to be mainly exterior, but it's nice to give you guys a little outlook of what I do on a daily basis. I don't always do these nasty vehicles. This vehicle is a good representative of what we do on a daily basis here at M.A.D Detailing. So moving on to actually polishing this vehicle, I'm using our Rupes 15 polisher, a Rupes yellow polishing pad in 3D1. I probably could have went all out and used a microfiber cutting pad and then followed that up with a polish. But since this truck is single stage and there is not a lot of paint on this truck at all, and this combination is going to work perfect to remove all the oxidation and leave behind a nice high gloss finish without burning through the paint. Because that's the last thing you want to do, is burn through someone's truck and then have to explain to them, because when they go to get this truck painted, it's not going to match, just because this is single stage and then the next body shop is probably going to do a base clear, or they could do a single stage, but since this paint is so old, it's never going to match. So I'm trying to find the best possible method to make sure the customer is happy and I'm happy at the same time. So this method works extremely well. I use it on a lot of antique vehicles, but I'm going to repeat the same process on the entire vehicle. The only thing that I'm going to switch up is I'm going to switch up to a 3-inch polisher later on in the video to hit the very bottom, and also use a 1-inch polisher to go around all of the emblems, as long as the door handles and all the tight spots that the Rupes 15 and the 3-inch cannot get into. And to remove these hard water spots on these windows, a lot of you guys may not know, but our M.A.D acid works extremely well at removing water spots. It is probably the only thing on the market that actually works. And I'm not just saying that because it's my product, but I've used every single water spot remover there is on the market and they just do not work. So what I'm using here is our M.A.D acid. I'm putting it in a microfiber towel and I'm going to scrub it into the window, and after that I'm going to let it sit for a couple seconds. Then I'm using just straight window cleaner and I'm going to clean the window, and that is going to 100% remove the water spots.